Hello everybody. I got me some Gatorade in my thermos. It's been hot today. And I've been in and out sweating. Well, what I'm going to make, I am going to cut the recipe in half. I'm only going to make this muffin tin out of 12, or that's what my goal is. I don't want to make a full 24 of these muffins, so. Because if I do, I'll eat them, and I don't need to eat them. Now, you can use spray if you'd like. My standard is, my standby is Crisco. That's what I started using when I first started cooking many years ago. I don't even know if they had spray oils at that point. Or cooking spray. But this is what I always used. I used it for my biscuits. I'd put it in my biscuits to make them. I used it for everything. I fried stuff in it. See, I got 2 more to do. So as you know, I try to help out people that are living alone, or maybe it's just them, 2 of them, there's husband and wife. So we got that part of it. Now for half of the recipe, I'm using 1 can, 120 ounce pineapple slices. And I need to drain off this liquid. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. But that can go in one of my smoothies, this pineapple juice. I didn't intend for it to go all over me in the kitchen. It splattered all over me, my arm, everywhere. But sometimes you want something sweet. And this is going to be something sweet for me for this week, or this weekend. Now, I'm going to position my rack up in the top. Well, not the very top, but the second rack up. It's just 1 slot down from the top rack. I don't want it on the very top. Now, we've got to get these out and kind of pat them dry. Plus, I need a little dish to put some of the leftovers in, because we're going to have to cut them. The pineapple slice is not going to fit in the bottom of this. So what I'm going to do is take these slices out. I'm going to cut about a 2-inch piece out of it. Put that 2 pieces over there. And you're just going to kind of pat them dry and then circle them inside here. cutting the 2 inches out pretty much leave you enough to go in another one over there. Because you don't want to put these pineapple slices in there wet. Not dripping wet like they come out of the can anyway. Position them in the bottom. Well, you can't see, can you? I'm hearing, I'm thinking you're seeing, and you're not. I've got too much on my counter. But I'm just putting those slices in the bottom of the tin. And if you cut about, like I said, 2 inches out off of the slice, it'll probably go in there. And you may even have some pineapple left over to eat. Well, you know, I actually needed the other pan. Well, maybe not. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and fix the whole recipe instead of half. I'm going to do the whole one. I got attacked by a pizza pan, y'all. Yeah, I said I was only going to do half. 12 and 12s. No, I have to do the whole pan. Because this whole recipe makes 24. And this is 6 and 6. This is only 12 here. Yeah, I misjudged my pan, y'all. So I am going to grease this other pan up, and I'm going to switch to that one. I'm not making 2 pans of them. I'm making 1. And like I said, you can grease it like I'm doing, or you can take some spray, cooking oil spray, and just spray it. My mind is not working correctly today. I'm thinking my half pan was 12, but that's only 6. Yeah, I knew I didn't want to make the whole recipe because I'd have 2 whole muffin pans full of muffins, and I don't need that many. And this is supposed to be a non-stick pan, but I grease it anyway. Because, you know, sometimes things stick to non-stick for some reason. There you go. And I am just going to proceed to switch these over and hope I cut enough off of those. And hope I got enough to do all of them. I'll keep that just in case. But in the meantime, you need to go ahead, like raise your rack to the 2/3 up, which is my second rung. I'm going to preheat it to 350. And I will turn this exhaust fan on to pull as much of that heat out as possible. So you're going to be hearing that exhaust fan going. Just pat your pineapples. And if you haven't guessed it, yes, we're making mini pineapple upside down cakes. Cut the 2 inches off, it should give you enough room to add your cherry in the middle. Get these slices out. Even though I drain the juice, there's still juice in here, y'all. And that is going to give me way too much pineapple, so I may have to use that partial pan anyway. Because they said to use 2 of these 20-ounce cans. Or I may just eat the leftover pineapple. That's a good idea. It's just eat the leftover pineapple. That way I'll just have my 2. If you're like me, unless you can freeze stuff, you don't want to cook a large quantity, no more than you think you'll probably eat. I think that's what I'll do. I'll just eat the rest of it. There, because that's got me. Trying to cram this one in there. So I'm saving this. That's going to be my treat with my juice later. Pour the rest of that juice in there. Because that I can add that to my watermelon and my vegetable smoothie. Now I'm only going to need 12 of these cherries, because you're just going to use one in each one, two, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 more. 10, 11, 12, and 1 to eat. And we're going to do the same with them. We're going to kind of roll them around with this paper towel and just dry them off as best you can. I mean, I know the paper towel is already wet with pineapple juice, but just do the best you can. And then we're going to put 1 cherry Looks like the cherry should have went in first. Huh. Well, it said to add a cherry to the center. Well, I'm adding it, but I don't think it's going to be seen. I like for it to be on the outside, but and then we're through with this. Trash it. So remember, I've cut my recipe in half. If you want 24 muffins, just double what I'm doing. Everything except the egg. The egg, you would need 1 egg and 1 egg white for the full recipe. For half of the recipe, I'm just using 1 egg. So let's see. I don't think I'm going to need that, but I'll leave it just in case until we see how much of this I've got mixed up. Okay, for the topping, I need 1 tablespoon of granulated sugar. One tablespoon. I'm going to need 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm going to need wait a minute, this is for the other. We're going to melt brown sugar, fourth cup of brown sugar. I can put this in the other bowl. I was getting ahead of myself. We'll need the butter. Let's see, 3 tablespoons of butter. And you know your butter is already measured in tablespoons. So I'm just cutting off 3 tablespoons of it. And a fourth a cup of light brown sugar. I need to get a dry measuring cup. Because I only need a quarter cup of this. Y'all, I took a breath and I dumped too much sugar in there. It's almost a half. I don't need a half a cup. Get some of this back out. See what I got. That's about right. We're going to put our brown sugar and our butter together. I'm going to put it in the microwave to heat it up so that butter melts. And remember, I put mine on defrost to melt my butter. And for the next part, I'm going to need a half a stick of butter. So I'm going to go ahead and melt that while I got my other ones melting. But I found if you need to melt butter and you don't want it to pop all over your stove, or I mean pop all over your microwave stove on the inside, put it on a defrost setting. It'll still melt it, but it won't pop all over the inside of your stove. But see here, don't that look pretty? I've got each one topped with a cherry. And like I said, I had a couple of pieces of pineapple left over that I can eat. Or I can add them to my fruit smoothie that has my cucumbers and carrots and other stuff in it. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I knew I was supposed to do something with this granulated sugar and this cornstarch. I was supposed to put it on my pineapple pieces and then put them in here. Y'all, it's been hot today, so you'll have to look over me. I knew good and well I was skipping something, but that's all I forgot to do. That's the reason I had the cornstarch and the granulated sugar out here. I don't know if it would have made a whole lot of difference. I think I've always done that in the past, but like I said, I don't know if it would make a whole lot of difference if you didn't do that, because we're going to be putting other sugars on it anyway. But this is crazy. I think it's just an added step that's probably doesn't matter if you do it or not. Really. Oh, my butter's popping. It's the one with the sugar in it. Well, we'll take care of that later. But that'll be melted enough, I'm sure. But you just wanted that butter melted down to mix it all in with your brown sugar. Oh, let's get this finished here. Like I said, I don't know that this cornstarch and sugar is going to make a whole lot of difference. But I'll go back and do it just in case. Now we're just going to dollop this brown sugar and butter on each one. I just kind of put it right on the cherry. Ooh, that bowl is hot. It's a little hot. Get that a little bit clean because I'm going to use it again. Now, in a medium bowl, I'm going to beat the butter, granulated sugar, and I need a half a cup of granulated sugar for this. It's a half a cup. We need the butter, which is plenty softened for this. And this part you can use a mixer. And I'm going to use my small mixer. It's just easier to work with. Put that in there. Yeah, I still use my hand mixer. I've got all these other mixers. I mean, I got the new beautiful mixer that my son and daughter-in-law gave me for Christmas, but still for some little things, little jobs, I use this one. I didn't realize I had that pushed up. It's a good thing I didn't have any beaters in it. Let's see if I can find my beaters now. And you just kind of mix this butter and the sugar till it gets a little creamy. Oh, I forgot to put my vanilla in there. Gotta have my vanilla. And I think it was only like a half a teaspoon. Yeah, half a teaspoon. Is that teaspoon or tablespoon? Teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. So it'd be this little thing right here. Doesn't take much. Now we add our whole egg as well. And at this point, if you're using plain flour, you add your salt and your baking powder. I use self-rising flour, so I don't have to add baking powder and salt. Now that's good and creamy. And we're going to need, let's see, 3/4 cup of flour. And like I said, I'm using self-rising flour, so I never usually have to add salt or baking powder. There's only a few times that I've had to do that when they were completely out of self-rising flour during one time. And that's 3/4 cups right there. Also, I'm going to use 1/4 cup of sour cream. Don't want that in there in water. So we've got our melted butter, our sugar, our vanilla, our egg, all combined right there with our, you have to, cream that up first. Like I said, it's the egg, the butter, melted butter, and I got to open my sour cream. This is a new container. I can't get hold of the tab, my fingers are wet. And it's not cooperating, y'all. I think I said 1/4 cup, which isn't a whole lot. I think that's way more than 1/4 cup. Always pick it up and look at it the wrong way. Now that's about it. I could go ahead and put this and my cherries back in the refrigerator. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start adding our flour and our sour cream. We're going to start out with a little bit of flour, a little bit of sour cream. Add about a half of what I've got here in there. Put a little bit more sour cream in there. What? I'm getting everything on the floor or me. Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing today. I think the heat has thoroughly got to me. But I wanted something sweet. And I had this can of pineapple. So I said, well, I'm going to do something with my pineapple. And now I'm going to add the rest of my flour. And since I don't have a quarter of an egg white, I'm going to add just a little bit more vanilla just for the liquid. Not much, just a little. The vanilla is not going to hurt it. But it'll take the place of that 1/4 of a egg yolk, egg white that I don't have. Get this out of the way. Oh, now let's see. And now, I'm hoping you can see. I guess I can move the camera. I'm just gonna, there you go. I thought that's the way I had it to begin with. But I'm just gonna put, they say fill them 3/4 full, but hey, they're already 3/4 full with the pineapple and the cherry down in there, because my muffin tins are not that big. Here, let's see. Need something to, I guess that one's about 3/4 full by the time I get it mashed down. Just take your spatula and kind of spread that mixture around. So it gets all the way around your cherry and your pineapple, and it gets to the edge of your muffin tins, your muffin pan. It looks kind of messy because your batter is not real, it's not runny at all. It's more like a cream than it is batter, basically. I tell you, when I get these baked, I may wish I'd have made two pans of them. I might have wished I'd have made the whole recipe, because it looks like they're going to be really good. I mean, I've made the pineapple upside down mini cakes before in a frying pan and not even put them in the oven. But this is the first time I've tried them in a muffin pan. So this is a new one on me. I've always been afraid to do this because I figured, well, my batter is going to cause my muffins to be rounded on the top. And when you invert them with your pineapple and your cherry on top, they're not going to sit level. So we'll see how level these sit. You see, that was just enough, basically, for 12. Not having a bunch left over. So we'll see how they come out. I hope they come out flat on the top, but I've always had my doubts that they would come out flat. on the top. So y'all, this is the first time I'm trying to bake them in muffin pans. So we'll see how they come out. I might go right back to fixing them in my cast iron pan on top of the stove instead. And I'm kind of weary of putting the putting the pineapple first and then putting the cherry on top of the pineapple. I mean, it looks like that the cherry should have went first. You know? So we're going to try it. Maybe with the whipped cream and all that stuff in it, not the whipped cream, but the sour cream, it'll keep it from being too puffy on the top, I'm hoping. I'm hoping that's the idea behind it. But you have to flatten it down as much as you can with your spatula when you put it in there. And hope that it bakes flat. But as always, I like to go around the top of my pan and not leave any more around the top than I have to, because it will burn onto your pan if you leave it there. I guess that's about all I can get. Now we are going to bake it in our 350 degree oven for about 18 to 20 minutes. We're going to bake until they're golden brown, and the toothpick, when we insert it, comes out clean. So I'm going to set my timer for 18 minutes. And in the meantime, I guess I can get some of this cleaned up. I've still got stuff in here from this morning and last night, because I've been doing other stuff. I've been trying to finish up some spring cleaning, getting rid of magazines and stuff like that. So and I can be putting up some of my ingredients here. And I don't need my sugar and my flour and all that stuff out here anymore. I think they're going to be real good. And I hope with making these, I've given you some ideas. Especially the people that live alone. These all go over here on the other side. So you don't have to cook a full recipe when you want to fix something like this. You can always, usually, you know, cut the recipe in half most of the time. It depends on what the ingredients are, what you're cooking, how much of the ingredients to know whether you can cut them down or not. Let's see, how much time have we put into this already? You may not want to watch me wash dishes. Yeah, it's already been. Well, I'll keep going. I gotta put up dishes before I can wash dishes, y'all. I ate my last two breakfast burritos. You know, I had them stored in that. Oh. It's not very often I get this drain board emptied. Going to use my hot mats that one of my subscribers made to me and sent to me. I think it's really pretty. They're patchwork mats. Hot mats, you know, for your hot stuff, like when I take my pan out of the oven. Okay, I need this. But I thought y'all might like to try my mini pineapple upside down cakes. The other recipe that I use, you don't put sour cream in it. But with this recipe, you put sour cream in it. So I'm anxious to see which one is better. Whether it's this one, the little mini cupcakes, or the one I fix in the frying pan. My stovetop pineapple upside down cake. That one is real good too. I can imagine both of them are going to be really good. Wished I had not greased this pan down. I need hot water in it to get that oil out of it. Run some hot water in that. If I'd have had 2 of these pans, I just would have used this one and filled up another one. Hard to get this grease out of there when you put it in there and then don't bake anything unless you put it in a dishwasher that I don't have. Don't have a dishwasher, y'all, but that's all right. Now I'll wash it some more in this soapy water. I'll probably get the rest of it out. And there you go, oil free. Yeah, I didn't get my normal videos up today because I was doing some other stuff that I have not been taking time to do, and I needed really to do it. So all my dishes are clean again for one more time. I had a soap bubble over there on that other side, and I thought it looked like something stuck to my bowl. And it was something stuck to the bowl. It was a bubble And y'all, you know, I did get my sink fixed. It doesn't leak anymore, but I still use my dish drainer in there because I still water plants outside the front door with the dishwater, and they love it. It's just like compost tea. Let's see. Get these put up, if possible. Oh man. I have to take half of them out to get part of them in. And those go in on top. Whew. I think I'll leave it like that. There you go. I'm always afraid I'm going to turn my burners on reaching overhead. I mean, I've done it a time or two, and all of a sudden I smell gas and didn't know where the gas was coming, the smell was coming from, and I had accidentally turned the burner on by leaning into it. But that's what happens when you're short, you know. That's what happens when you're a short person. We've got about 6 more minutes on this. I got to try a piece of pineapple. That's good, y'all. Yeah, but I sweat so much when I'm outside and even inside doing a lot of stuff, cleaning and anything. I'll sweat just like I will if I'm outside. Even though the AC is on, I still get hot. And I try to drink a lot of Gatorade, a lot of water, so you don't get dehydrated. Oh, they're rising up, but they're kind of rising up flat across the top. That's what I was hoping for. I don't want them to be rounded like a ball. Cornbread, I don't mind if it does that. My muffins, this type of a muffin, I want them flat across the top so when you invert them and the pineapple and the cherries on top, they sit straight, you know? And when you take these out of the oven, you've got to let them set for at least 10 minutes. Let them cool off a little bit. And then you can take your knife and work around the edge and get them out. But you do have to let them set for at least a good 10 minutes before you can do that. If you don't, they'll probably break apart. Whew. You know what? I didn't realize it, but I got a message from YouTube congratulating me that this is my 3rd year anniversary of posting YouTube videos. I mean, I've been a member of YouTube for many, many years, even lots longer than 3 years. I mean, I was a member way back, and I started posting music videos of me, and my channel was hacked. I couldn't even get into my own channel, y'all. I still, to this day, can't get into the old channel. So I had to start a new channel back then. And I really didn't start posting anything until about 3 years ago, and I decided to start doing the videos. So I've been doing videos nonstop for 3 years now. And they sent me a congratulations on my 3rd year anniversary posting YouTube videos. I said, woohoo! Yeah, I couldn't remember exactly how long it'd been unless I look back and see when the first video was posted, because I can't look back and see when the channel first started, because I didn't start posting videos then, I don't think. But it's been 3 years. And I've been working every bit of those 3 years with my videos, I'll tell you. People think that, oh, you doing YouTube videos, you're not working. They don't know how much work it is to do a YouTube video. I mean, just like this, I have to have my kitchen straight, got to have all my ingredients, I got to do everything, I got to video it, I've got to clean up the mess, then I got to edit my videos before I can upload them to YouTube. And I know y'all don't want to hear all that. Couple of more minutes. Yeah, I would turn the camera off, but for a couple of more minutes, I don't think I want to turn the camera off. If I have to, I'll go in and edit and just cut out part of it. But usually most people don't want me to cut anything out. They want to see everything I do, so I may just leave it in. They say that's what they like about my videos, because it's real life. It's actually me cooking in the kitchen, and I'm not, everything is not staged. It definitely is not staged, y'all. I do good to get a camera angle straight. Yeah, I do good to get a camera angle straight. But remember, the ingredients that I put in there, in fact, I'll go through it and I'll read you the full ingredients. I've had this recipe forever. You can use 2 20-ounce cans of pineapple slices. Now, this is the full recipe. If you want to half it like I did, just remember you put this in half. 2 20-ounce cans of pineapple slices in juice, drained. 2 tablespoons. Whoop, there went my timer. But it's not done. So I'll have to go for a few more minutes, because it's not browned on top yet. Oh, they're going to be perfect, y'all. When they start getting a little bit brown, and I can take them out because they didn't mound up. Okay, we'll get back to the ingredients. You'll need cooking spray or something to grease your pans with. And in my case, I used Crisco. You need 2 20-ounce cans of pineapple slices in juice, drained. 2 tablespoons granulated sugar. 4 tablespoons cornstarch. 24 maraschino cherries, drained and patted dry, stems removed. 6 tablespoons of salted butter. 1/2 cup of packed light brown sugar. Now that's for the pineapple topping. For the topping, you know, you position your racks in the upper thirds of the oven, preheated to 350 degrees. Spray 2 12-cup muffin tins with cooking oil, or 1. What is it? Did I say 24? Two 12-cup muffin tins. I only used 1 12-cup. Cut 2-inch segments from each pineapple slice. Place the slices of 20 in the muffin tins, and in the remaining 4 cups, use the 2-inch segments that you cut from the other ring. Add a cherry to the center of each pineapple slice. Melt the butter and brown sugar in medium skillet or small pot over medium heat, stirring until the sugar dissolves. Dollop a spoonful of the mixture over the pineapple in each muffin tin. Okay, the rest of the ingredients is 1 large egg plus 1 egg yolk. I'm sorry, I thought it was the white of the egg. It's the egg yolk. 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon kosher salt, 1/2 cup sour cream. Now remember, I halved that to make my just one pan. It says for cakes, beat the butter, granulated sugar, and vanilla in large bowl with a mixer on medium speed until creamy, about 3 minutes. Scraping the sides of the bowl as needed. Add the whole egg and egg yolk, beating well combined. In a medium bowl, whisk together the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. With the mixer on low speed, gradually add the flour mixture to the butter mixture, alternating the sour cream beginning and ending with flour mixture. Beat just until combined after each addition. Fill each cup with about 2 tablespoons of batter. Spread the batter to the edges of each cup, which I did with a spatula. The muffin should be about 3/4 full, but you know, it was already a third full with the pineapple and the cherry, because my muffin tins were not that big, but I did pretty much what they said do. Okay, it said bake cakes until golden and toothpick when inserted comes out clean, 18 to 20 minutes. Let the cakes cool in the pans on a rack for about 10 minutes. Run a knife around the edges for each cake to loosen. Carefully invert onto a platter. Serve warm or at room temperature. So there, I gave you the whole recipe, the full recipe with instructions, and you can always look back in the video to get any of that. But just remember that the ingredients I put in mine, I only cooked 1 pan, so I cut my ingredients in half. Everything except the egg, I went ahead and put a whole egg in mine. Yeah, they're going to need to be in there. It's still set for 2 more minutes, so I'll let that 2 minutes go, because they're starting to brown. They're going to look good. And I hope that'll take care of my sweet tooth for a couple of days. I was going to say 1 day, but it'll be for several days, because I can't eat that many little pineapple upside down mini cakes in a day. But yeah, I had some of my health drink smoothie, you know, that I put my blueberries and my watermelon and my cucumber and tomato and all that other good stuff in, and made it yesterday. I've still got probably a big glass of it left, so this pineapple juice is going to be great to go in that. So I'm trying to help some of you that don't want to cook a whole recipe, and that's one thing that's preventing you from cooking cakes, cupcakes, or any kind of dessert. I found most of these recipes you can cut the ingredients in half and make half that quantity just for a couple of people. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm so pushed for time all the time. That's one reason I don't stop and try to physically type in the ingredients. I mean, I tell you all the ingredients in the video, and when you're watching this, you can get half half of the recipe, because that's what I cooked in the video. And then I went ahead and gave you the whole complete recipe if you wanted to cook that. So I don't think there's any need in having to go ahead and sit down and take the time to type all that in. Because I'm too pushed for time. I don't have enough time in the day to get things done that I want to get done. They're starting to brown nicely. I just want them a little bit, just a tad more brown. They're probably done now, but I just want them a tad more. And I may try to take one out just to show you before the 10 minutes is up. That is, if I can get it out. I may not be able to. Yeah, I can't believe I've been posting videos for 3 years straight now. And I've got around 2,000 videos, plus all the lives that I did, you know. They don't count the lives as a video. I don't know why, because you replay them just like a video, and the companies advertise on them. Even the ones that they tell you they don't monetize, they're not going to pay you for, they still have the companies put their ads on them. They're still seen on those lives that you do. So I don't understand why they don't monetize it and get paid for it. It kind of beats me. Oh, I gotta get my other mitt. That pan is a little bit too heavy for me to pick up with one hand. Let's try the toothpick test with them. They're looking good. But I do want to make sure they're done. That came out clean. That one did too. So I guess they're done. I'm turning my oven off. And there my little muffins are. My pineapple upside down muffins. I want to be able to get one out. But like I said, you're supposed to wait. Supposed to wait 10 minutes, but I don't know if I'll mess up not waiting or not. Don't want to mess them up. Do you think I could get it out? I don't know. Don't want to mess it up. I don't know what to get under it with. Oh, it messed it up. So y'all, you gotta wait. You gotta wait the 10 minutes. I've just showed you that, because if you don't, it'll come apart. But we'll get it back together enough to show you. Yeah, you gotta wait. But I don't want to have to make you wait for the 10 minutes to let them cool. But there is my pineapple upside down cake, y'all. You can see the cherry in the middle. How good is that, y'all? It's still a little too hot to eat, so I'm not going to do the taste test. I might with some of the crumbs. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Ooh, I want a piece of it. Here we go. Y'all take the first bite of my pineapple upside down mini cake. Woo, hot. Woo. But see, they sit flat because the tops of them are basically flat. They didn't do like normally how they just rise up and make a curved dome. These sit flat, so when you flip them over, they're going to be flat. They're going to sit there just like a piece of cake instead of a ball. But that's good, y'all. You need to try it. Pineapple mini cakes. Upside down pineapple. It's mini pineapple upside down cakes. So there you go. Y'all fix the recipe. I think you'll enjoy it. I mean, I'm going to enjoy this one. It burnt my mouth. I got to wait and let that pineapple cool off some more. It's too hot to eat. But anyway, y'all try this recipe. I think you'll love it. Y'all have a blessed day. See you on the next one. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos. And above all, watch my videos. Love y'all. Bye now.